Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a vintage Halloween moon face using a Dollar Tree item and some thrifted candlesticks. Now let's get started. I found this at the Dollar Tree a little while back. I thought this would be really cute to do a little moon face with it. And I got to get this witch off. I will probably be using her for another project. Just taking my 5-in-1 and scraping her off. And of course I need to get some sanding done, and I took the little hanger off because I don't need to hang it. Now I just found out when you sand off this glitter, it goes all over the place, and it is all over my table here. I should have cleaned it off, but that's okay because this is going to get painted, so it's okay if there's glitter in the clay. And I'm just using my Crayola Model Magic clay that I like to use. So I'm just rolling out a little section at a time that I'm going to be placing over the wood moon here. Just going to kind of roll it on. And I will be cutting off the excess here, just using my X-Acto knife. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this covered. And then I got to make some details on it. All right, so this is all covered, and it's okay that's a little lumpy because this is a moon. Now I want to do some details. I need to make a mouth on him. I need to make his nose. I need to make an eye, and I want to do an eyebrow. So I'm just going to try to make a little bit of a nose here. And I do like to wet my fingers when I use this. I'm just going to set a bunch of pieces on here because I'm not sure how big I want to make this nose. So I just like to use a few pieces at a time. And now I have wetted my finger, and I'm going to be using the end of a paintbrush here to help blend it in. And yes, I will be fixing that little end that messed up right there at the bottom. And just go ahead and get this nose finished. And I'm also going to go ahead and do the lips. All right, I have the nose and the lips done. Might want to play with these lips a little bit. He's got some big lips, but that's okay. I kind of like them. Let's go ahead and roll a little bit of the clay here. And I'm going to start with the cheek. And, you know, I'm kind of not liking how little the cheek is. I'll probably go ahead and make it bigger. But I'm going to go ahead and get some of it on here right now. Just get it started. Just kind of roll it out. Smooth it out. So I would like to wet my finger here and get it all smoothed. Oops. Okay. And I did go ahead and make it a little bit bigger, as you see. I think it needed to be much bigger. Kind of to go with those lips. I think I got my lips a little bit too big, but that's okay. Now I do need to make the eye and the eyebrow. So I'm just going to take some clay here that I flattened out, and I'm just going to make it a little V shape here. And that is his eyeball. And I'm going to take more clay, roll it out, and we're going to go ahead and make a lid above and below. Just like that. And get it smoothed in. And I also decided that that was not the way I wanted to go. So I went ahead and got the eyebrow done first, and I took that eye off, so I thought I would start with just having the lid up there. You know, it looks kind of cool that way, having just the lid where it looks like he's asleep, but I do want to have his eye open. So I decided to do it this way instead. I think this looks better. Let's go ahead and get some fine tuning on it. And I'm going to cut off that little excess piece there. And I also want to make this bumpy. I mean, we got to have some craters on here, so I'm going to do a lot of little pieces, and I'm taking the end of my X-Acto knife and making holes for the craters. All right, now that I have it about halfway done, let's go ahead and get the rest of it. I just wanted to do this in pieces so I can make it be lumpy, lumpier in some spots and not as lumpy in other spots. Go ahead and get the excess taken off there. Let's go ahead and put another little piece right here. And I'm going to add another piece right there and get it all blended in. Doesn't have to look perfect, of course, because we need all the lumps for these craters. I'm going to go ahead and make more of my craters, and I'm also taking my pinky and pushing it in to make it not look exactly like a circle, kind of make it a little bit different. All right, I think that looks really nice. I'm going to let it dry for a couple of days and then I'll paint it. All right, so it's been a couple days. I'm just taking my Waverly chalk paint and plaster, and I'm going to take my Hippo Gray and get all the little highlights in it. It's all painted now, and I'm just going to take a damp piece of paper towel and I'm going in with the Hippo Gray, and I'm going to try to get some in the little crater part, get all those little craters. I might even have to use a paintbrush, just some watered down paint, and get into all those little craters. And then I'm just rubbing it off. I think that looks really nice. Let's try to get some more in those craters. I'm going to go ahead and put it on a little bit thicker over here. I'm going to go ahead and get that finished, and we'll get next on the candlestick. All right, so here it is. It's all done. I did a little bit of shading around the nose and the eyebrows and the eye. Now, this is a couple candlesticks that I got. I already used the other piece there, so that is cut off. And I realized a while back that these just come off. So that's good. I don't want to cut it. So I want to use these two pieces, like so, that I'm going to glue together for his base. And I'm going to take this dowel rod that I cut, and it's going to go down in the hole here, and it's going to go on the back of the moon. I'm going to have to try to find something to attach it with. I don't know if I have any little brackets or something that I can use. All right, I went ahead and took my clay and I filled that in so I have more to work with. I'm also going to put some here down in the middle. Go ahead and get that pushed in. And I'm going to make an indent with my dowel rod so that I can add the glue to there. All right, I let this dry for a day, and I went ahead and took my Model Magic clay because I had a little bit of a groove right there, and I filled that in, and I'm just going to paint the whole thing with black paint. I'm probably going to go ahead and do 2 coats. All right, I've had my husband figure this out for me. We just used what we had on hand. I used some E6000 and glued it down and clamped it, and I let it dry for a day. And I'm going to be painting the dowel rod and the back of the moon with the black. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and use the black, and I'm going to paint his eye. I kind of want to have his eye stand out. I didn't like him looking the way he was. I think he needs to have an eyeball here. So I'm just going to carefully paint this. And I'm also taking the Hippo Gray. If I can get some on here. And I'm just going to outline underneath the black and above the black. Just like so. Need just a little bit more there. All right, I'm also taking the plaster and I'm just going to make a little line here, just a little curve, just like that. All right, there we go. Now that this is all painted black, I'm taking my terracotta. I want to add some orange in here. We got to have orange and black and off-white going on. So I'm just going to be adding some orange details in 3 different spots here on my little base. All right, that is how I did the orange. And now I'm going to take the plaster and I'm just going to do a dry brushing over the whole thing. And I want a lot of this plaster on here to show up since I'm doing the off-white, black, and orange theme here. The next thing I'm going to do is add some splatters. I am just going to take an old toothbrush that I have, I dip it in water, and I've got it in the orange paint, and I just take a little bit off on a paper towel, and I'm just flicking it with my finger. I'm going to go over all the black spots. And I'm also doing it with the black on top of the orange. All right, now that that is all dry, I will be gluing the dowel rod into the base. But you know what? I decided not to do it that way. It wasn't very sturdy. So I took some cardboard and I was thinking that way, but that doesn't really work. So I put some more cardboard on here, and this little piece here is from a window treatment in my house that I took down. So I painted it the same way, and I need to cover the cardboard up. So I have this tinsel that is from a Dollar Tree Halloween piece. And I also thought this would be cute to have a little star hanging here. So I have this little rusty star that I'm just putting some wire through. It already had a hole in it. This was on a pick that I've had for a few years. And I'm just curly cueing it there. I'm going to cut off the excess, and I'll just be sticking it up here inside of the clay, like so. All right, now I want to go ahead and add this tinsel. I'm just going to hot glue it around. I'm probably going to wrap it around a few times. I want to cover where I glued the 2 pieces together here, because there was a little bit piece of a cardboard showing. And I want to cover that other bigger piece of cardboard too. So I'm just going to be tacking it in place with my glue gun. All right, now it is all done here. I think that looks really cute. I wish I had some orange. I just have purple, but I'm not doing purple. I also took the plaster, the orange, and the black and put little dots on the star. I also want to make a little bit of a bow here to go at the bottom of the moon face where the dowel rod is. So I'm just taking these 2 colors of the orange and my black and cream stripe, and I'm just going to wire them together here and twist it real tight. And I'll be spreading this out. And I'm going to attach it here with the wire, and I'll also use some hot glue. All right, now I have some of that glitter tulle that I'm just gonna bunch up here, take some wire, twist it on here, cut off the excess, and I'm gonna hot glue it in the center here. I also have that, you can see I have that black and orange ribbon that I'm gonna be using. That'll be the last thing I use. I also have my orange glitter tool that I'm gonna cut off and do the same thing, just like the black. Okay, and I'm also going to cut this up. I think it's just a little bit too big. Whoops, that didn't hold. Let's get that pushed down. So I'm just gonna make it be a little more messy looking. All right, I did go ahead and make it just a little bit smaller, and I hot glued that on, and I also did the ribbon. So here is how he turned out. I think he is so cute, and he does have cracks, but you know what? It's a moon, so that's okay. I didn't want to fill in the cracks. I thought it gave him more character. All right, my sweet friends, that's going to do it for the video today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and hopefully I could give you some ideas on how to make some of your own vintage Halloween decor. I want to wish everybody a very wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.